guess you're right. Deku's had more of a challenge, or like near death situations in fights. So near death fight, yeah, you're probably right. Deku probably has the edge on All Might.
Yeah. Not discounting. We now listen for all my All Might fans. We're not discounting All Might. We're just saying that, like, as of now, when you take a look and see everything involving Deku and All Might and One for All period, you can really see that Deku has had a lot more. I mean, even what he's dealing with now currently surpasses everything that All Might has done with. We'll keep up with that as it goes on. So we are going to move on to oh boy. Now these three in particular, My Hero, Black Clover, and One Piece, have all been phenomenal. But we're gonna start with My Hero first. So Chris, you take over from My Hero because I've been doing a lot of fucking talking.
Let's see. So we're doing 17 as well. 317 and 18, right?
We're doing 317 and 318.
All right, hold on. So let me. Damn, I swear it was showing a jump. Just restart from the beginning because I don't want.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Now I gotta load. All right. So
cold ass cover art.
Yeah.
Deku.
So
amazing.
The 317, man. Stars, blood, and filth.
It's a lot of filth going on, G.
It definitely is. That's a nasty ass title, man. So, opening page shows the heroes are having a meeting.
Gotta have that butt shot.
Oh yeah, they got Mount Lady, of course. So it's like Mount Lady. What's that nigga? Kamui Woods. The other nigga. Sizzle.
What's his name? DC? I don't know.
Shot.
Yeah, Ed Shot. Okay, there you go.
Ed Shot. Yeah. Sizzle, Best Genius, and Hawks. They're having a meeting. They barely escaped that explosion. As you can see, Deku's not here for some reason. Deku survived the explosion and said, "I'm about to go fight niggas."
I low-key hate when they do stuff like that though. Like I kind of wish they showed the immediate aftermath of the explosion instead of just cutting away.
Yeah, so it's just
that's true.
Like, come on now. But anyway, like I think literally Orokoshi is literally on fast forward mode at some aspect.
He's on his Demon Slayer status.
I'm not mad. I get it. I really do. So they pretty much talk about how they escaped the explosion. They talk about Lady Nagant and just her situation. She's barely alive, as we already know. So they talking about her. Then they talk about another nigga that quit. I really do not give a fuck, honestly, because
oh yeah, it was that y'all remember him. I didn't care about him.
Yeah, it's just another hero that we've constantly seen throughout the anime and the manga who's present.
Almost like Bakugo died in the first season. Because wasn't he there when that monster?
Yeah. He sucks. So who cares?
Yeah, he watched the kid literally get almost swallowed. So fuck you. So so they having a conversation about that, and also how heroes who are quitting are pretty much telling the media that something about this Deku kid and his powers and shit like that. So pretty much is like it's too much pressure going on with Deku right now. So they continue the meeting saying is it good or bad that the media is pretty much learning about Deku, and will it benefit One for All? Wait,
yeah, all for one, and not. So they pretty much that was the gist of the meeting. So, let's see, what's just on my mind? Word from so they heard for All Might that Deku ran into another hired gun that was attacking him, and he already beat that nigga ass. Panel and is cold as hell.
That nigga looks evil. Like, gee, I don't know what the hell is up with his mask.
it's like one of those things where like if Bandai Namco didn't have the properties to My Hero game, I would actually look forward to the day a game came out where I could play as this form of Deku.
It's absolutely fire if done correctly. So once again, whenever the anime gets to it, I'll be fine. So yeah, so at this point, I think is this when Deku tells All Might, look, man.
Yeah.
Go home.
Finally.
Go back to school.
Finally.
I don't need you. Bye. All Might looking like my heart is crushed.
He said, "You don't have to tag along anymore. I'm fine."
Tag along, bro.
Like dog. Like nigga. It's like All Might's face, like he's hurt, G. Hurt.
Look at this shit. He roasts him too. He says, "Listen, what I'm capable of now is on par with you at 100% and with no recoil to boot." Basically telling him, I've surpassed you in my young age. You literally have no relevance now. Be gone. You get nothing. Clear as day, crystal clear, black and white. You get nothing.
You think he's capping,
you lose. No, I think he's better than him. I think current Deku could kick his ass.
Cause All Might punched a hole in the sky. I haven't seen Deku do that yet.
Goku has access. Or I said Goku. Deku has access to all of the quirks now, and with that, he has that danger sense cloak that tells him where everything is. And then he said there's no recoil. All Might, now I guess maybe you could say like All Might in his prime is definitely it's not a low diff fight. I would still say that Deku has a slight edge because of his access to more quirks and his intelligence to boot. All Might really just has, I'm gonna punch shit until something happens. We haven't really seen All Might display intelligence when it comes to his fights that we've seen in My Hero. But I think with Deku now, I think it's a little bit of cap. He's basically trying to like, I guess he's trying to be cold for the sake of like, leave nigga, like I don't need you anymore. And he's really trying to do it in a way that's like, all right, listen, I'm not gonna be nice. This is no more Mr. Nice Deku. This is mean Deku. I don't need you anymore. Leave. But there is some truth to that, because I think that like, if you want to count like the All Might that he met versus Deku as he is now, Deku is washing him.
Like, I agree, Deku is the strongest hero right now. Like, I'm not debating that. I was just saying, like, OG All Might, is he there?
Oh yeah.
If he is, then the series really is like almost done.
Like, yeah, I'm thinking like the movie, like the first movie All Might that they showed us, right?
Okay.
Where he was like going through freaking like punching skies and shit like that. I think that All Might, prime All Might of that versus Deku, because that All Might has more battle experience. Deku has a lot of battle. Because here's my thing. That prime My Hero, that prime All Might, that's like before he encountered All for One. So like I feel like Deku now, like I feel like Deku's journey having One for All is more treacherous, for lack of a better word, than All Might's journey of him having One for All. Because already at a young age, he's had countless dangerous exposures to Shigaraki, All for One, all that other shit. And he has a hell of a lot more battle experience fighting way more OP ass villains than we've ever seen All Might do. To my knowledge.
And All Might, because All Might went over to America, basically did what you do in RPG. You farm till your stats is OP.
Yeah.
You just slap the pan. Deku's been like in the trenches since day one. So I guess you're right. Deku's had more of a challenge, or like near death situations and fights. So near death fight, yeah, you're probably right. Deku probably has the edge on All Might.
Yeah. Not discounting. Now listen, for all my All Might fans, we're not discounting All Might. We're just saying that like as of now, when you take a look and see everything involving Deku and All Might and One for All period, you can really see that Deku has had a lot more. I mean, even what he's dealing with now currently surpasses everything that All Might has dealt with, or has had to deal with. He's in the most amount of pressure that anybody that has had experiences with all One for All, dealing with All for One has had, and he's still a child. So that's that. We stalled enough, Chris, so you can keep going.
So wait.
We're still at the part where where Deku said, told All Might to fuck off.
Yeah. So they show Stain for some goofy ass reason. I guess he was like cut, being nosy.
I'm wondering, because a lot of people are predicting that like Stain is going to join Deku for some reason, because like
he will.
Because like his ideologies of what a hero should be, like I think Stain is like he looking at current Deku now and how he's like filthy, he's in the trenches, he's like protecting people, he's like, that's what a hero is.
Mm-hmm. Like I wouldn't be shocked. Like it makes sense. Primarily like I really hate the fact how his character's just that I dictate what's good and what's evil in a way. Like he's just that gray area of like, no, you're not a real villain.
He's a bootleg edgy Deadpool, basically.
There we go. But Deadpool at least was fun. But yeah, overall, like, so they show Stain, and then they show what citizens are saying. Like they say he appears without a sound, and that he's got a whole mess of quirks. That sounds like All for One's ability, right? Or even a Namu. But apparently he goes around helping people. The rumor says he's caked up with blood and filth, which covered up as his many scars. Looking at him,
panel is so fucking badass, dog. Yeah. Oh god, dog. I honestly can't wait to see. We'll go over the next chapter, but I can't wait to see Deku without his, because like we see that like All Might kind of has some scars and stuff, and Deku kind of has like scars on his arms and shit. I can't wait to see what Deku looks like. No homo, right? I'm just saying like facial feature wise and shit like that. Like how battle scarred up his face is. I just need to see that. So like that this is an amazing chapter. I think that this is an arc that I could see myself. No, let me not say that. I don't know myself. I was gonna say this. I could see me watching this in the anime, but I'm not gonna hold myself to that standard.
Slideshow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think that I would like to see the voice acting, the music and stuff that surround areas like this, because I definitely think that you can get a lot more emotion from that. So I would like to kind of see that,
yeah,
but
which is anime strong suit.
Which is they like to go for the emotions instead of fucking hands throwing, and you was fucking superhero show. But I think that this arc in particular, even though that ending of the next chapter, let's just get into it. Go to the next chapter, dog. I got some things to say about the next chapter.
Yeah, Sizzle, he's calling Deku and saying, "Hey, look, check it out, bro. You working too damn hard. You in these streets. Not come home, but like chill for a little bit, you know." And Deku like, "I'm still on my feet. I'm fine. I can't give the villains time to prepare." G, he's like Batman with no prep time, G.
He busy.
Time. I'm fucking up the prep time, G.
Oh God.
Give that nigga respect, G.
I am the prep time.
Respect, G. So he's pulling up. So and it's really interesting, just like how in that panel itself, it's like Horikoshi draws his nigga Deku like shadowed out, G.
Yeah.
It's like, gee, what the hell?
Oh, I do have an observation. You guys notice how in the My Hero movie, All Might's eyes are like regular white, but when we meet them now, they're blacked out. And then Night Eye was saying, "All Might, you're stressed out. You need to take a break." Same shit's happening.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's why All Might's eyes were like black, because he was
because when Deku first got the outfit, DC, bro, you just said some major shit. When Deku first got his outfit, they showed his pupils. Yeah, in a little bunny suit. But now they're blacking it out, just like, oh, yo, Horikoshi, all right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like the parallels. I gotta give you claps for that, G.
And then even the costume being like darkened and just messy looking,
raggedy, yeah,
it's representing the stress. Like, yo, he's stressing everything out. G. So yeah, so they show Deku just out here walking around. Even now it's to the point where even the former users of One for All is like, look, you might need to chill a little bit. And then so they in the meeting, they like, my own Nana, like, my own feelings places a heavy burden on him. Now the kid sees every cause as a worthy one. For better or worse, the manifestation of our quirks has enabled him to put an act on his primary motivation. He now seeks to save everyone as a true superhero. He's choosing the path. You think so, leader? And the Bakugo looking nigga user says inaction is not an option, especially given the circumstances. That's how it is for those of us who bear one fall. That said, if there's anything that could bolster Izuku Midori, it will be. And we just see Deku just fighting niggas, beating them up. We see citizens like, oh my god, it's that weirdo nigga. And Deku like, what? No. And then he says, glad to hear it. We're just really fine. We're just dandy. So,
they run away. they run away from him.
So then Deku's just in his thoughts. He says, what does All For One want? Where is he? I had to stop Shigaraki in the league. So it's like, you could just tell, it's showing his thoughts of like, yo, he's putting on a lot for himself, G. He's talking about having to stop All For One. What does he want? What's going on with Shigaraki? They show the league like, nigga, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them league niggas. Worry about them other two. But
then they also do the comparison of the finger pointing that we were talking about in the previous chapters.
So that's happening. So then it looks like some big shark looking monster pops up and he's beating that up. It looks at his mom. They show his mom, Torino, All Might, Buddy Ass, Airy. So they should, like, everybody's trying to protect, saying, I want to just be with everybody, smile together. So like, they're really opening up the burdens he's really carrying right now.
For all my shippers out there, notice how Uraraka's profile picture is a lot more shown than everybody. I mean, it kind of shows Todoroki as well. So for all my other shippers of, Deku X Todoroki, you got that. They barely show Bakugo. So for all my Bakugo X Deku shippers, sorry, you're out of luck. But they really focus primarily on Uraraka and Todoroki. So I just gave y'all fuel for the fire.
Them niggas beating each other up in the comments, in the Reddits right now over that shit.
Oh my god, that shit's sad. So yeah, so then he says, you take on the world alone to the point of exhaustion. Yes, you're indeed just as he described you. Powers and numbers taking you in would be easy. So this nigga named the Dictator, he escaped. He's another hired nigga. And then Deku's like, hopefully you're the one that could tell me. But this dude, he can send people to just attack you. That's a fire ass quirk.
Okay. All right.
Communism, the quirk.
Not necessarily not spoiler alert, but there's a similar situation that happens, and we'll talk about it in Black Otaku of the Culture, Chainsaw Man, but it's a very opposite result that happens. But let's keep going.
Oh. Okay.
So they explain Dictator's quirk. His quirk is D-Spot. His control over others can only be broken with a strong blow to the victims. Blah blah blah. So like he can just control people, and for Deku to stop them, they literally have to get knocked the fuck out. So they're just beating him up. He's just saying, "Look, they're saying I don't mean to do this."
He's like, I don't care. I know. Like he's in his thought. He's like, yeah, I know, whatever. I just give me some time to think up a strategy. He's like, you can just see his eye. Like he's just like, fucking hell, man. Can I go home? Can I motherfucker take a shower? Deku probably stink like a motherfucker, bro. He got badass breath. Fucking hair got dirt and blood and shit like that. That nigga probably contracted some disease. He probably got a quirk to wash it all off though. Toe jam and Earl and shit like. Crusty belly button. Like this nigga he's just beyond filth right now. This is what they were talking about, blood, scars, and filth. They was talking about Deku's current hygienics. Like the nigga can't even take care of his hygienes, bro.
Hygiene is horrible. So yeah, so then we hear armor piercing shot, and we see, and then Bakugo
we called this. we called this. I forgot, and I didn't screenshot it, but we called this. We called this in the Black Otaku. I don't know if it's Black Otaku or Black Reviews, but we also called it in the group me when this before these chapters. I think it was before 317 came out. I think, and we were saying that like there's gonna be a chapter, and then we were discussing who would save Deku and who would he meet up with, and I think we agreed that it was gonna be probably like Bakugo.
Yeah,
it makes the most sense because he's the only other person that's just like, out there. Who knows everything about what's Deku going through and just who probably Deku respects.
Yeah,
no matter what.
So it comes back to the conversation that the Bakugo. It's funny that the Bakugo nigga said this and Bakugo showed up, but it was like, if there's anything that could bolster Midoriya now, it would be. And then Bakugo says he's here, guys. Like basically his Tomodachi, Nakama, power, friendship, all that bullshit. Listen, don't let this be a main thing.
Susan said, "Call this niggas friends, G."
I'm just saying, like, I want to see more solo Deku. I feel like we not gonna get no more solo Deku though. I feel like this is it, DC. I think the boat is crashed to the Titanic. We got to deal with the friendship shit now.
I'm gonna say my last words. I wasn't always the biggest fan of My Hero as of like the past 2 years, but these chapters, whenever this volume comes out, I'm buying it because this is the best Horikoshi's ever did. And
like,
you could go back.
Immaculate storytelling.
Immaculate.
Fast forward as hell, but I understand why. But
yeah, that's true.
The storytelling, I feel it, G. I feel it.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I feel like this would be one of those. You know how like we were talking about Megaloboxing season 1 to season 2? It would be like this for My Hero. Or like this would be like Hero at his low point. You'd probably have some depressing ass opening song or ending song. Some shit like that. Some depressing OSTs that's playing throughout the episodes. But yeah, I think that damn man, I really want to see more solo Deku. And I think it's over. I think his friends are gonna be like, I'm preparing myself for the cliche. I know it's shown. I just got done talking about it. I just hate that conversation of, you can't take the burden by yourself. You got to learn how to lean on your friends more. And it's like, well, nigga, Deku really can't do that realistically because y'all niggas don't have one for all, one for all. And
they almost died during the siege.
Yeah, and also this ain't that canon shit of the second My Hero movie where Deku could shit. That shit not happening. So.
If that happens in the actual manga, Cam, how are you feeling?
I would hate it. I would fucking hate it. I would hate it because it would take away from the claim of him being the number one hero. Him mastering one for all. Like he gives it to Bakugo. Cause like here's the thing. The reason why it works in the movie and the reason why I can accept it happening is because you saw how much it took for Deku to adjust to All for One and shit like this. This nigga Bakugo off rip was using it in tandem perfectly with Deku. We've been establishing how long it's taking Deku, and you could talk about Bakugo being a prodigy or whatever, but One for All is a different breed when it comes to quirk accusations. So if it's not like, oh yeah, Deku, let's team up and fight Shigaraki in, I don't know, fucking All for One. You take One for All, or you take All for One, and I'll take Shigaraki. Give me your One for, and he's just like beating Shigaraki's ass, and he has no training with One for All. I'd be pissed.
What if it's like a situation where, you know how the movie, it was just super strength because at the time they didn't show Deku's other quirks. What if and at the end of the movie they said it passed back to Deku because he passed out before he could fully pass it on. Yeah. So what if like he passes it on, but all Bakugo has is an enhanced, explosion quirk and a little bit of physical durability?
Yeah.
Would you be okay?
Because actually, I watched what was it? My Hero, the last couple of My Hero episodes. That's doing that bullshit. That's put this episode. I don't acknowledge that episode. But when Buddy asked in class 1B who can copy quirks, Deku's concern was, I don't think he's trained enough, his body wise is able to withstand, because the main thing he kept bringing up was, oh shit, this nigga might explode. Because that's how All Might brought it up.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're not trained properly,
If your body isn't, and Bakugo does maintain. I would be mad if he passed on All for One or One for All to Bakugo, because then I'd be like, nigga, you're not the number one hero. You lost your fucking quirk.
This is super headcanon-y. But you know how like the All for One for All, Three Musketeers type bullshit. What if Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku like put their hands together like this at the end, and they fucking
listen? I just don't, because here when that happens, I just want all y'all niggas who be talking shit on Fairy Tail, I just want y'all to realize that's a fucking Fairy Tail ass ending, because that's what happened at the end of Fairy Tail. All the niggas joined hands together and gave Natsu a super fucking power boost, dog.
If Class 1A joins hands and they all share their quirks together, bro. Hey, if that happens, y'all gotta come to this episode and give me my flowers, because I caught that shit.
Bro, if that happens, I'm sorry, that is ass. I just want the way that you have been doing My Hero. It just needs to be a 1-on-1, a 1v1 final showdown between Deku and All for One possessed Shigaraki. That's all I need. Everybody else can handle, like when we talk about One Piece, they can handle the fucking generals and admirals or whatever. Like Uraraka can get Toga. Todoroki can get Dabi. Bakugo can get whoever. I don't really give a shit. And everybody else can stand. Yeah, everybody else can stand in the fucking shadows for all I care. Like it just needs to be. I just want to see Deku. I do not want to see some. I listen. As much as I love, friendship is magic, My Little Pony bullshit sometimes in corny shows. The way that you've been doing My Hero, G, this will be the equivalent of One Piece being like, the real One Piece was the journey that we shared.
Hey, hey, I wouldn't put it, like, I know Horikoshi's an amazing writer, but like if that I wouldn't put it out. I think the bullshit he did with what was that? Our Class A versus 1B.
Oh my god,
he's into the gimmicks.
He is. So I'm gonna prepare myself though for it. I'm gonna be mad. But I'm a temper myself. I'll still be mad as hell though. But what is everybody else's thoughts? Chris, your thoughts on the past two chapters? What you think?
Really good. Like it's just show. I really like just the storytelling. The storytelling's been on A1, and just how Horikoshi showing how the public eye is receiving Deku, because it's like we already know everybody's super critical of heroes, and then you see Deku, who goal is to be GOAT hero, and niggas like, I don't know about this guy, G. Like, yeah, he's doing good, but it's like
he's stanky.
The nigga filthy. Filthy.
Nigga, like I don't like he ain't clean. Like where's the muscles and the bright colors like All Might and the smile.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
That's probably what's gonna happen. I feel like the next couple of chapters is gonna be. Hey, shout out to this message though. If you're Koshi, if you putting it out, mental health is important. It's gonna be restoring Deku's mental health, right? I feel as though like you're probably gonna have a conversation with All Might going like, or his class going like, well, you strive, or even his mom, like you want to be like All Might. You want to be a hero who's there for the people, and then but look at these pictures. This is you, and then Deku sees himself. And then he's like edgelord walking around with the fucking whips on his back and shit like that, fucking hunched over, chip on his shoulder and shit. And he's like, I thought you wanted to save people with a smile on your face. And then you go have Deku fucking crying and shit. And then he's gonna come back with his Class 1A, not the 1B niggas, because nobody cares about them. Even it's funny though, because even the majority of the people who watch the anime, because we weren't capping when we first talked about this chapter, when we first covered this arc, and I was like, this shit is ass. Yeah. and then now people in the anime are saying this shit is boring as hell.
We told you, niggas.
We told y'all. you can check the archives back when we were talking about this shit. I said this shit is gonna be ass when it comes to the anime. But I feel like that's what's kind of gonna happen. This is gonna be more so restoring his mentals, and everybody is gonna take the village to come and get Deku back to his old self. But I like this Deku better. and I want this Deku to stay, but it's gone.
I think we all do, but it's just probably for the greater good of the story. Look, this nigga's out in the open. If off one wanted to pop up, he like, get your little bitch ass over there, nigga. Give me your ass up. That's what I want.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like okay, Bakugo is here, Todoroki is here. Who else? Like who? Like not. I don't even think Bakugo or Todoroki could do shit. Maybe against like Dabi and them, but like Shigaraki, all for one. That's all Deku. That's all Deku. G. I can't see anybody else. I can see. Miss Shigaraki be like, bro, fuck is these flames, nigga? Just shit out of my face.
I see Bakugo being Deku's support in that situation because I think at this point we know Todoroki and Dabi is that's a collision course. That's personal vendetta right there. Bakugo, and literally, I'm the only one that fucks with Bakugo here. I know his role is to be support. It's okay. He's there to be the support guy. And he did well during the war arc as support guy, even though he took a fucking stat.
You know, like the when All For One took over Shigaraki's body, he went and bust out his actual body out. But we know the All For One's original body mangled and shit, so maybe the final battle is like 2v2, but one vessel is not as strong as the other type shit.
So yeah,
I can see Bakugo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because Deku wants to save Shigaraki, so I can see Deku and Shigaraki, coming to blows, and then Bakugo's handling,
like obliterates his body or some shit like that.
Yeah, I can see that happening. That's the only thing. I don't think Bakugo has a matchup.
That's my whole thing. He doesn't have a matchup.
His goal is to be the support guy.
That's true.
At this point, his role is to literally be Deku's support, and that's not a bad thing.
Nah. Yeah, that's Vegeta's role.
Number two.
Exactly. Number two. And he has more decency about himself compared to fucking Vegeta. He just does a poor job of showing it towards Deku because his words is overly edgy, but he genuinely cares about Deku. So it's like, okay, it makes sense for him to be like played his guardian angel damn near. So that's how I would view it, because at this point, Bakugo's the only one that doesn't, at least in the major 1A niggas, which is him, Todoroki, Uraraka, don't have a major beef. At least Uraraka has
Toga. She has Toga.
Toga. And that's over a nigga.
Shipping sales.
The high school beef, man.
Shipping sales.
So everybody else is like, well, we here. But Bakugo is literally Deku's like guardian angel. That's his role. Unless All Might has his one for his last big muscular moment.
No.
Gets sent to God.
No.
And gets sent to God immediately. I want that immediately.
I want Shigaraki possessed All For One to just go like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? And just disintegrate. Just disintegrate him.
That's what I want. Yeah. I want him to go out in muscular form out.
And then the next time we see him, he's in the Avatar realm.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey. He said, I'm here.
So y'all niggas thought I was gonna come here sooner, but
oh man, welcome me to the party.
Nothing.
Most of you niggas.
No, he has nothing of work because he has no quirk. He has nothing of value to add to Deku's arsenal in the Avatar state, dog. He's worthless. He's just there to say yes. This nigga has no quirk, so he's not passing shit down. Like, he's just literally gonna talk like, hey, I am here in your head. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
That is tough. How you here? Look, man, I'm technically the greatest hero ever here, nigga. I'm here for wisdom.
Alright, cool, but you ain't
power of wisdom.
Like, nigga, you ain't got no
poor job at it.
Like, nigga, you ain't got no powers. Get the fuck out of here. It is like the dejected door for All For One niggas, and they just No, they send him in timeout. He don't even get a chair. He don't get a seat at the table. He's in timeout in the corner.
You know, All Might gonna be stressed because he can't hop out the Phantom in that Avatar world.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be.
That's another thing another thing I'm gonna miss. Yeah, him popping out the Phantom.
No, he gonna do it one last time. He'll be like, "Kid, I called Bakugo over here."
The same pose every goddamn.
All right, so that was it for My Hero. All in all, it's headed towards good stuff, kinda. You know, the Titanic has sunk. We probably not gonna get no more solo Deku. Sucks, but it is what it is.
Cada